for tuning in to my Debt Confessions video, part 2. In our last video, we went over just the overall amount of debt that I have. It's mostly student loans, and the only consumer debt would be my vehicle, just besides my mortgage, of course. So in today's video, we're going to take a look a little bit at my debt strategy for 2021 and just kind of like the method that I'm using for clearing out my debt. So let's get into it. So I transferred all of my information to this new Happy Planner. I think I like it a lot more. I'm able to edit pages and kind of move the order around if I want to make some changes, and I really love it. I also wanted to give you guys an update. So on the last video, I showed you how I started my debt tracker for my overall debt. I like to see its progression. So I did go ahead and fill in the January through March debt balances. As you can see, I have paid off one loan entirely, and I have started making progress on 2 other loans. So this is where I am as of March. So here's my overall strategy. I am doing the debt snowballs, so I'm taking all my lower balances and putting them first. And as I knock each of these out, I will have paid off a total of $15,493 at a minimum. This is just my goal, but I do plan on exceeding it in 2020. And now we're going to get into my favorite part of tracking my debt, and that is my individual debt trackers. So I've written all the balances down on the side of the page, and now I'm going to start filling in all of the debt that I have hit. So as I hit a milestone, I will color in the box. So to color in each month, I will look at the balances that the debt was in. So for January, I'm going to color in blue. I didn't hit under 19,200. So you'll see that for January, I will fill in all of the books for 19,000 through 19,300. So I will stop at the 300 mark until I go under that threshold, if that makes any sense. So I'll just keep filling it in. And then for February, I'll change colors, and I will color in through 18,000 or 19,000 total, since I didn't exactly hit under $900. I like to see the books in a different color. I like to track them differently, just so that I can get an idea of what an impact, what type of impact or how big of an impact I made on a particular month. If I got stimulus or a bonus at work, or just, was able to budget better. So for March, where I currently am now at the end of the month, I'm going to go down and not past the 18,700 mark until I make another dent on this. So again, I just really like to see how each month is different, how many boxes or how many different books, for this example, I can kind of clear out. If I can make a bigger impact in one month, it just feels, a lot better. I am trying to knock out the smaller ones, but I wanted to see the minimum payment impact that it's still having. I am still moving in the right direction. So for my larger Wells Fargo student loan, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to start at the first leaf. So I'll start with my January color. And then just kind of fill in from there. I don't see a lot of progression on this one, just because, it is a larger debt. It is accruing interest while I am making the minimum payment. So any movement is a positive movement. So that's why I just like to, like I said, color it in and see how far I've come. So I didn't make a big enough impact to color in the second month color, but in March I was able to make another status progression. So these are in $500 increments. You'll notice different loans are in different increments, just because if I had to do $39,000 in $100 increments, it would just fill up the page, and that would just be really satisfying to color, but just a lot of work to set up. So for this federal loan, I'm not making any payments on it. So I just wanted to make something super, super simple. This is not going to move at least until September, because right now I'm focusing on the debts that are actually going to accrue interest, and just kind of knock those out. So by the time these activate, hopefully I would have knocked out quite a substantial amount. Same for this one. So I'm going to show where I actually started at the beginning of the year, but again, I won't be making any progressions. You see I already filled in on the monthly balances all the way through September. The balance is what it is, and it's not going to move. So these will be skipped in future videos. And then this is Federal Loan 3. Feels like I'm beating a dead horse, but this one again is not going to move. So I'm actually not going to fill in any at all. So this one for Federal Loan 4, I actually made a pretty large payment in January, because I thought the loans were going to be, the deferment was going to end. So to get ahead of it, I went ahead and just like made that impact payment in January. It was actually just a few days before the deferment was extended. So I am going to fill this one in to $900, because I did make that payment and just knock down a whole bunch with my, so what I did was I got a bonus at the end of the year, and I just took that bonus, didn't even spend it on anything, just applied it directly to this loan, and then it was deferred. So I kind of wish I would have waited just a few more days, but you know, hindsight's 20/20, and it is something, it's debt, and it's paid, and it's gone. So I'm not upset at it. I just would have liked to have applied it to something that would have accrued interest. So yeah, I made the payment right in the end of January, which was going into February. So that's why I went ahead and changed the color. So I'll just kind of speed it up here. It's just me coloring it in. I know it looks really satisfying for me to do it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I like seeing myself color the pages. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of weird. But yeah, so this was a big chunk. I was super proud of it, and I hope to be making the same fast forwarding edits on all of these other ones. Alright, well, I hope that was as satisfying for you as it was for me. It feels really good. Alright, so on to our next loan. We're going to go ahead and start. So for January, I will mark off where I ended up on my payment, and then we'll start coloring each month from there. continuing on to American Education 2. So these are higher balances. So again, because I'm doing the debt snowball method, you won't see a lot of progression on these. Really just trying to keep the minimum balances paid and just keep up with them that way, and just really get to see the big chunks paid off on the smaller ones, or one at a time. So you won't have a 45-minute video of me coloring, unfortunately. I would love to show you that, but I'm not there yet. So this was my absolute favorite one to make. I just made a little template of a honeycomb and just kind of traced them out and counted them out till the amount, and yep, it's just my favorite. It's just super cute. So this is the first loan that I paid off in 2021. It was $800. It was the first payment that I made. So going into February, it was at a zero balance. So I'm just really excited that I get to kind of color them in and you know, knock them out. Trust and believe, you guys, I know that I look like a total weirdo. But like Dave Ramsey said, be weird. Don't be the normal. Normal is to have debt. I don't want to be normal. I want to be weird. And I'm not going to apologize. I love it. I think it's great. It's super fun. Keeps me entertained. I can work on my debt for hours. And I know that sounds weird. Most people just make their payment and they're done. Not me. That felt so good. All right, so this one I leave. It was paid off in 2020, but I like a reminder. And then I did this one. This one was super cute. It's just like little photo frames, and I thought they was so adorable. And it was really easy to make. It's just boxes on a line. So filling it in where we started, and then off to the next one. I thought this one was also super cute. It's like the little Good and Plenty candy box. So I did just little bits of candy, and each piece is $100. So I'm just gonna take it down to where I am. And then this one is paid off in 2020. This one was paid off in 2020. We're rounding off to the end, people. We are getting close. So here is one of the largest loans that I have for American Education, $6,200. So I'm going to start filling in the boxes or balloons, and then just kind of watch that progress. I want to fill in each box as soon as possible, you guys. All right, and then finally, the last loan is coffee beans. If you're like most Americans, coffee is my favorite thing, so why not? And that is it for my individual debt trackers. All right, well, that's it for today's video. Thank you again for watching. If you like what you see and want to watch me just keep track of my progression in 2021, I do hope you'll consider subscribing. Help me keep progress, help me learn new strategies, help me help others find new ways of just tracking their debt and just getting excited for paying it off. I hope your journey in 2021 is as progressive as mine. We can help one another just kind of